There's so many things I didn't know. Like my English was like a complete struggle at first. Like now I have an American accent, but uh, just like words and like how do young people speak? I had a very textbook English. I'm originally from Paris, France. I moved to New York 4 years ago. There's so many things I didn't know. Like my English was like a complete struggle at first. Like now I have an American accent, but uh, just like words and like how do young people speak? I had a very textbook English. So my roommate would say words like ghetto or ratchet, and I would be, what does that mean? And then later on, just like figuring out how to get a phone, am I gonna make friends? I was a very shy person. Am I gonna know how to navigate the blocks without a phone the first few days? Um, will I be homesick? Will I miss my parents? Transitioning to academics in the US was very difficult. It was not because I didn't feel like classes were that hard, but it was just a very different type of expectation. For example, in France, I had never done multiple choice questions. I didn't know how those worked. People study for things differently here. I never heard of what a cheat sheet was. I never heard of like what an open exam was. Um, so like doing that in the U.S. was a little bit weird. At the end of the day, everything went well. I didn't miss my parents 1 second. I felt like I was at home the first day as soon as I got here. But it was definitely like a challenge. But I feel like NYU in general was there for me in every step of the process. Especially living in the dorm, I always had people to ask for help when I needed it. I think my biggest moment in Stern was taking a new product development class with Professor Greenwald. And then after the class took place, she sent me an email to ask to work with her. And I did web development for her, remade all the websites for her businesses. And after working with her for a year, she featured me on Forbes. And that was like my biggest accomplishment. And I think the fact that the professors believe in us so much is just incredible because that doesn't happen back home.